Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. I am at a truck stop right now recording this. It's the 14th of August, 2019, and there's only 2 days, today and tomorrow, to do this. That's it, and then they are gone. I made every type of thing I could possibly make to make your life easier. Every color, etc., etc., etc. Do you see what I mean? So, grab them now, or don't, at any rate. Check this out. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's Tuesday morning. It's almost 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am heading west right now. So, I slept like crap last night, but I need your help, because I know a lot of my subscribers are far smarter than myself. So, I made that video last night on, I did that live stream last night on my backup channel, RFB2, Roman numeral 2. And I showed you footage that the guy from Toledo, Spain sent me. And, what are you doing? About the moon, etc. And lots of people left in the comments that the moon, the sun, the stars are a clock, a timepiece. Yep, and I totally agree, and I've said that numerous times over the years. The reason the Bible says look for signs in the sun, moon, and stars is the sun, moon, and stars are there specifically and only so that humanity can keep track of what God is doing, God's going to do, or what God has said will come to pass. So the sky is a clock. The evil scumbag elitists that have stolen power, stolen resources, and coerced militaries to follow them and do their bidding, they are literally spraying heavy metal into the sky to block out the sun, moon, and stars. I mean, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We've got no rain coming. That's the sky. And that's normal. That's the new normal. And nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to notice. It's no big deal. Is what it is. So, what I need from you, I showed that video I put up in, like, I think it was 2016, 2017. At any rate, let's watch me zoom in on the Prudential building, shall we? This is going to be a test to prove that the moon is nowhere near 234,000 miles away. Watch. I got the tripod up. I've got the Prudential right in my sights. And here I go. I'm zooming in. That's the Prudential building. See it? Let me adjust the tripod for a second, because as you zoom, it goes up. Here we go. Here we go. And it's one of the videos that went viral. It's got like 2 million views. I ended up on the mainstream nightly news. I ended up in a whole bunch of British tabloids, websites, etc. And they were all like, this jerk-off, Richie from Boston, thinks the moon is only 4 miles away. Well, I never once said that. But it's like a lot of the comments that you'll see in the comment section. People don't watch the video at all, and their comments reveal that. They look at the title and then comment. Because leaving one bad comment out of 500 good comments is still enough to persuade people of weak will. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have much of a backbone, or they suffer from groupthink. So if they see a bad comment, you see 300 comments. Richie, you're great. Richie, thank you so much. Richie, you've helped us. Richie. And then one guy will say, Richie, you're a shill. And someone will read all those and see that and go, I think he is a shill. Maybe he is a shill. We're all shills. We're the only species that lives on this earth that has to pay to live here. Do you know what I'm saying? I think I spend more than enough time being Richie from Boston to shill once in a while. At least I don't deny it. Everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? There's a specific YouTuber. He's a gematria freak. He used to use gematria to try to fix sports book bet, all that crap. He made videos about everybody all the time. The kid was a nasty, ignorant asshole. He'd make videos talking about how everyone was a shill. Meanwhile, he had a GoFundMe going at all times for one reason or another. And one of them was actually, I need to raise $100,000 so I can run for president. That really happened. How could you possibly tell anybody that I have knowledge of hidden truths, but I'm going to run for president? We live in America. The presidency is a joke. But that's that. Okay. Presidency is a joke. But that's that. Okay. Let me stay on track here. I need help. When I made that video, people, the number one comment for the moon is not 238,000 miles away. That was the name of the video. The number one comment is, of course you can zoom in on the moon. It's a third the size of the Earth. Okay, that's what they tell us. It's a third the size of the Earth. It isn't, but whatever. My thing is, how do we figure out the math? I zoomed in on a building and I know the distance. I know the size of the building and I know the distance away. I could only zoom in on it so much. I was very limited. But when I zoomed in on the moon, I can actually zoom in on something that's allegedly 238,000 miles away better than I can at something that's 4 miles away. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's a third the size of the Earth. Well, when I'm looking at the moon, to me, it looks that big. When I'm looking at the Prudential building without the camera, to me, it looks that big. So the perspective. But I understand that there's math there that we could use to prove the point. Does anybody know how we could possibly figure that out? I've asked a couple of people that are really good with math, and they never bothered to answer. If you think you can help out with that in a constructive manner, I mean, maybe we'll even have you come on a live stream. Your call. I don't care. Hit me up, rjcjr10@yahoo.com. The people that, the mainstream said, of course you can zoom in on the moon. It's a third the size of the Earth. So what they're saying is the building's much smaller than the moon, which is why you can zoom in on the moon. Okay. But when I look at the building and I look at the moon, to me, they're both tiny. Do you see what I'm saying? I know there has to be a math equation that can prove that completely. So let's figure that out so we can tell them. Do you see what I mean? Or don't. I don't know. At any rate, Richie from Boston.